Mark, if I've got my phone here with my notes on it.
We're good. I think we're going live right now. We're in there. I think we're live. Yeah, you're good. All right. Oh, there you go. Bright light. Hey, welcome everybody. Got a special treat for you this morning, and just spirituality. Tell you, one of my close friends for the past couple of years now, from over in Canada, way over in Canada, and he's a good friend of mine. His son is a coach of mine, and I wanted to share just literally like last minute. We decided this couple of days ago to go live and to share some of the tips that he's helped me with in just my spiritual journey. I know a number of you guys are on a fitness journey, on a weight loss journey. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I've realized over time is that it really helps to have help in your life. For a lot of reasons. It's summertime, right? This is the season and the time where maybe you guys are back, kind of getting things back to normal, or at least enjoying time with your family in summertime, or trying to figure it out. And it's not always easy, right? And then try to figure on top of that how to stay healthy, how to stay fit, how to stay recharged, how to stay, at the top, so to speak, at the best that you can for yourself, for your family, for your workplace, for the ones you love. And I just want you to know, first and foremost, I don't do it alone. I'm giving you one of my secret weapons that's over here. He's my good friend, Papa Luch, or Luciano Del Monte. And welcome, Papa Luch, to our group. This is a bulletproof.
Good to see y'all.
Bulletproof Fit Christians over 40. Our group, our movement is growing. Gosh, we started, Papa Luch, just to give you a little reference, about 500 people in here about maybe 6-8 months ago, and it's growing. There's more and more people that seem to be wanting to know the secrets, not just the weight loss and fitness, and to be encouraged and to have good, valuable, but have a safe community of other people, like-minded people. And as I get encouraged to encourage others, I wanted to really share where some of that encouragement comes from, where some of those moments where I struggle. Even just to share with you real quick, last week was a bit of a struggle. I had I think the enemy was trying to attack me in a number of ways. And fortunately, I had good people around me. Here's one of them right here, Papa Luch. And he's not only a good friend of mine, but he's helped me on my spiritual journey. So in my efforts to help you in your weight loss and your fitness and your health journey, Papa Luch has got 3 things he wants to share with you. And maybe we could start off just kind of sharing a little bit of your background, and then we can jump right in.
Real quick, it's so good to be here. By the way, Mark and I have known each other now. It's probably going to go on to 2 years pretty soon. And we met through my son's business. And initially, Mark and I started meeting informally. And then at one point he says, this is such valuable information. I'd like to formalize it. So we formalized it. I hope he doesn't regret it. But we've been meeting formally pretty much every week by Zoom, because I'm near Toronto, Ontario. It's where I live. I live in a little town outside of the city, and you can see I have a lot of green space back here. I'm under my new pergola. Anyways, this is one of my safe places, which I'll explain about in a minute. And yeah, I taught high school for a number of years. Then I went into Christian ministry for a Christian organization based out of Colorado Springs. I did most of my career there. Part of the 40 years of ministry there was working pretty much with young professionals, business and professional people, helping them, equipping them, coaching them into a growing relationship with Jesus. Mark doesn't make it secret that he's a follower of Jesus. And my whole life has been helping people grow into a deepening, more mature, focused, fulfilling, fruitful relationship with the Lord. So, and then I spent 20 years as a pastor as well. And then 10 years ago, I decided to get legal. I got certified as a coach with the International Coaching Federation. So I'm not sure if that was a good thing or not. It just gave me a title, but I just love working with. I just retired actually officially in December, but I called it refire. And my son said, "Dad, I thought you retired, but you keep working." And then he said, "I guess when you love what you do, you don't call it work anymore." So I just work for myself. I work for God, I think. So I wanted to share with you this morning 3 things, plus one possibly, and they all start with S. If you've heard me before on Mark's groups here, I love alliteration. I got the 5 Fs.
It's rubbing off on me because I'm doing them now. I feel like I'm doing them with my group, my inner circle, and like,
hey, just rubbed off on me. Just so you know, my greatest credibility is I've been married to Rosetta for 45 years. That's my greatest claim to fame. I have 3 adult sons who are 41, 39, and 36, 7 grandchildren, and I love
How
all that.
many years? 40, how many years?
45. So
45 for you. I got 19 under my belt. When you guys are watching this, if you're watching live or in replay, I'd love to know how many years. Now, this is no, if you've had broken relationships, there's no judgment at all.
no,
But I'd love to know any of you that have had marriages, whether they're 1 year, drop it down. Let us know down below in the comments. I'd love to know and get to connect and see. I'm not even halfway to where Luch is. I'm always asking him, what's the secret? What's the secret?
my marriage went through seasons where my wife was reading books like when your marriage disappoints you, when love dies. Like we've been through those seasons, and but it's easier to stay together when you marry your best friend. It's easier to leave your spouse than it is to leave your best friend. So that's been our secret in part, focusing on our friendship. We focused on courting through the years. Otherwise, we end up in court. So courting.
It's called relationship vitality, which probably transfers over to these three.
Well,
these three secrets.
These 3 things I want to share are really the fuel for every other good thing. This is the root, so you can have the fruit. So the first S is stillness. We all need some stillness every day in our lives. I'm not using any notes here. I may give you a quote or two, but stillness. There's a scripture that says, "Be still and know that I am God." I happen to believe that all life, we have a soul, we have a mind, and we have a body, but we need to tend to the garden of our souls, and that begins with stillness. And that's really hard for guys like Mark and I. We have to actually schedule that in. Like we're wired, we're on fire. We just like movement, we like energy, but that has to come from a good place. You can't fake that. And so stillness is something. My wife doesn't have to work at stillness. She comes by it honestly, but I do. I need to schedule stillness into my life. And stillness sounds like this. I've got a great quote here by some of you have probably heard of Mother Teresa. She's actually blessed. She's a saint now in the Catholic Church, but she said this years ago, and this really fits well where I'm sitting right here. She says, "We need to find God, and God cannot be found in noise and restlessness. God is the friend of silence. See how nature, trees, flowers, grass grow in silence. See the stars, the moon, and the sun, how they move in silence. The more we receive in silent prayer, the more we can give in our active life." Did you hear that? The more we receive in silent prayer, the more we can give in our active life. We need silence and stillness to be able to touch souls. So that's kind of the idea of stillness. So I'm going to recommend, Mark's going to say to you, so I'm going to anticipate what he's going to ask you right now. In the comments below, think about where you could, what stillness would look like for you. What would it look like for you to be still? Still yourself, right? Slow yourself down. The second S is you need special friends. And I don't just mean friends and buddies that you drink and party with, although that's a byproduct of good friendship, I suppose. I'm talking about friends who have refrigerator rights. Like that's the friend who can walk into your home, open your fridge, and without asking. Now, they got to be a friend to be able to do that in my house. But they're also,
spare key
also the friend. They're also the friend you can call at 2:00 in the morning, and they won't go, "Why the hell are you calling me?" Like they're the one who says, they're the ones who, when you walk in a room, they squeal with delight. They're just so happy that you showed up. It wouldn't have been a party if Mark hadn't come, And they're not the ones who tolerate you. They're the ones who enjoy you. They're not the ones who endure you. They're the ones who celebrate you. These are your special friends. Now, these special friends have an edge to them. They don't call you out. They call you up. They elevate you. They want you to be, if you're married, a better husband or a better wife. They want you to be a better dad or a better son. They want you to be a better partner in a relationship. They want you to be a better employee. They don't call you out. That has a negative connotation. They call you up.
That's rare in this world now, isn't it? It seems like we're all, I mean, I even fall into it where I want to call, like I feel the enemy is attacking me to want to call people out, but I love that reframe to call people up. And that does take knowing, you have to have the trust to get that. There's a trust factor. We didn't know each other except for meeting through Vince until there was a commonality we shared in our faith. And then there was a level of trust that grew over the last 2 years. And love that though, calling you up versus go. Isn't that
Mark,
good?
Mark, I could say this about Mark. He pursued me, and I don't know why. Like I mean, I live in a nice home, but you can see I don't have a huge backyard. I drive a 2019 Toyota RAV4. You know, it's not a high class car. I live in a home of about 2,500 square feet. It's pretty good for Canada, but I'm not swimming in wealth. Like I consider myself blessed and wealthy and whatever terms that, but I'm not. But Mark pursued me, and I thought, wow,
Got
this
a bromance, right? That's what they say. That's our
guy
spouses say.
sees something in me that he wants to be a part of my life, and I really miss if we have to miss a week. Like we take time off from our meetings, but I kind of really look forward to my sessions with Mark, and he's become a special friend. Think of a special friend this way as an MVP. I'm going to give you 3 words. MVP, special friends. M, mold your character. They're part of your character development. They mold your character. V, they value your journey. They value your journey. You know, through life, being 45, I've gone through a lot of different chapters. And I've had some friends who've been shocked at decisions I've made or how my beliefs have evolved. And I think they've been shocked because they don't value my journey. Rather than going like, why did you do that? They should have asked me, well, Luch, what brought you to that point? Like what happened in your life that brought you to feel that way about that topic or that issue? That's valuing your journey. Like asking questions, not like a detective, but more like a friend, like, yeah, I'm curious. And then P is they praise your journey. They mold your character. They value your soul, and they praise your journey. So mold your character. Look for friends who help mold your character. They value your soul, and they praise your journey. So that's a little way to think of special friends.
Yeah, and let me just share that there's a lot of people that just don't have them in their lives right now. Like I believe, I know I speak to a number of people on calls and in messaging and face to face, and unfortunately, there's a lot of broken relationships, broken situations, circumstances that have maybe even prevented people from going after more of those MVPs, as you say. And I think sometimes it can easy to get stuck, and that can kind of cause you to go into more of a hibernation, like recluse yourself from the rest of the world. And that's not, we're meant to be in relationship with others, right? And that, I think, maybe the value partly of what I've seen, not just from you being a friend as a coach, is some of that there was some things in my life that I didn't have. That I needed. And it was something that until you realize that the potential, and when it sometimes requires other people to see the potential in your character, the potential in your soul and your journey, where you may just don't have those eyes. So having outside eyes, so to speak, right? As you sitting outside and I'm inside, having those outside eyes looking in has been, at least for me, I'm a huge fan of coaching. Obviously, I have a number of coaches, and I can't stress that enough. Even though I am a coach, and for this group, for a lot of you, a coach, I will say it helps. Having coaches is important as it is for the average person who's not a coach. And the value is to me, like I don't ever see myself not having, I say not just coaches, but those kind of relationships that I need in my life. It's not about wanting them, it's about needing them in our lives, especially the way the world is now.
Yeah. No, and I just want to, this isn't an advertisement for Mark, but I've been helping to mold his character, and he me. But I also value his soul very much. And I've been praising his journey, and I've been watching. When we started January, we moved down a particular track with his business, and then we realized we needed to make a little bit of a course change. And ever since he made that course change, I feel like this group has exploded. Like I follow Mark. I mean, I can't keep up to all the pings I get, but Mark's probably the only, besides my son Vince, the only one that I get the pings all day long. I don't always have time to like everything, but I make a point to go back through his stuff, because Mark, you are in good hands with Mark. If you enlist Mark, I think you're in good hands. So he didn't ask me to say that. I just got a man of integrity. No, you've got a man of integrity here. And I've seen him walk away from situations where maybe it could have meant more money for him potentially, or more opportunity, and he's actually stayed sane and stayed humble. So like, anyways, and then the third thing, just to wrap this up, is you need still times, special friends, and you also need, I want to call it safe places. Now, those of you who watch, okay, I'm going to do a little trick on Mark. Those of you who watch Mark every day, where would you say a safe place for him is? Where do you often hear him come to you from?
Where was I this morning?
The beach. He's out on the beach, and usually with his companion, his dog, and he's talking up a blue storm and inspiring us to be better, and at our health. So that's his safe place. But my safe place is right here. In the summer, I sit out here under our pergola. I have my quiet time I have my still time here. I don't have much time with my special friends unless I start going on my phone, which I try to avoid during my still time. And then my safe place, it changes. In the Old Testament, which is the old part of the Bible, not the old part, but the Jewish part of the Bible, there's a guy named Abraham. Big dude. Abraham is a big dude in the Bible. God told him to move, and he told him to go, but Abraham didn't know where he was going. But God told him, wherever you go, I want you to build an altar. So as he was in transition, and I often tell people who are moving, they're in relationship change, whenever there's a change in your life, make sure you find a safe place where you can maintain vital contact with God. An altar of sorts. I don't mean literally. It could be like for me, for the last 2 weeks, I've been on the beach in a lake up in one of the Great Lakes, Lake Huron, and I have a bench that I've been going to for almost 30 years. It's still there. Every now and again, they improve the bench, but I have my safe place. During the school year, during the September to May, I have my places in my home. But find a safe place. As Jesus called it, the inner room. Go into your inner room and close the door. So 3 things: still times, special friends, safe places. And I would add a 4th, but we'll save it for the future. Service. Service to others. Like we do these 3 in some ways to serve ourselves, to take care of our garden, to take care of our souls, take care of our needs. But we don't do it in a vacuum. Scripture says Jesus came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life. And to live a really generous life in every dimension, you need service. Now, that's all different for everybody. So 3 S's plus 1.
Also on the bonus, we got a bonus too as well. Hey, Luch, thank you so much. Listen, all I want from you guys is the feedback. If you enjoyed this, I'd love to know what your takeaway was from it. I like to hear, I feel like I'll learn so much from others. I learned from my students. We had our inner circle meeting last night, and I learned from them. We did our breakthrough session to see how to get people moving. And just so you know, even though I may be the leader in this group, the one who put it together, I learn a lot from you. I learn from you, those of you who've been married for years longer than I have, who have maybe your own special times that you use, and maybe your value that you have can be helpful to others. So I'd love to hear what your takeaway was, and who knows, that may resonate with somebody else in this group. So thanks so much for listening. Luch, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate your time, and I know you got a busy day, so I'll let you go. We'll talk to you soon.